What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we have the Murfeesboro Cities Finals, and on the left we have Chance, who we saw in the last game, play the Entei deck versus Don playing his Lucario Crush and Hammer deck. And on the right we actually have myself, Josh Squeaky Marking. We actually saw us in top 8 playing the all Manectric Bats deck versus Rayquaza. So we'll see how this matchup goes. Manectric versus Entei. Let's see what happens. Alright, so it looks like Chance is going first. He just started Entei. He starts a Charizard. Looks like he's got an Ultra Ball. Discard 2 Fire Energies, which is really strong. Gonna put those Fire Energies in the discard pile to be able to use Blacksmith turn 1 if he wants to. We see another Entei comes down, which means he probably already has Shaman in his hand. Usually with this deck, you just want to streamline Shamans, play him really quickly, go through your deck very fast. And since he grabbed an Entei, I just imagine he has a Shaman in his hand. So let's see what happens. So discard those two. We see a DC go to the active. We see Shaman drawn up to 3. And he does have the Blacksmith in his hand, or 4. We see a Blacksmith. I'm going to put 2 Fire Energies on the active. So already turn 1, he can use Entei's attacks. We see a Professor Letter. Going to get 2 Fire Energies out of his deck. Now, if he does have Scorched Earth, he can put that down and discard a Fire Energy, even drawing more cards through his deck. And you can see how quickly this Entei deck can get powered up. I mean, turn 1, he already has a DC and 2 Fires. The only thing he needs are some tools, but just a pass and chance. We see Trainer's Mail from me, grabbing an Assault Vest. Now, this Assault Vest is crucial because Entei, does 170 with double Muscle Band, and with the Assault Vest, it says no, you can't. We see a Headringer going down, and we'll see an Overrun 22 Entei, and I imagine 22 the other Entei is what I did. Alright, but we didn't play a supporter card turn 1, which is something crucial. Never playing a supporter card is never good. And let's see what Chance does. He does have a Lysander. We see a DC going down to the Entei. He could... Okay, he's just going to Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Maybe he's looking for more stuff. I mean, he did have the Lysander bring up Zubat, but maybe he was like, it's not really that much of a threat. I want to get some tools down or something. We see a Trainer's Mail, but actually Chance doesn't want to get tools down. If he gets a tool down, he can Assault Vest, or we can Assault Laser to knock out the Entei. Here we see a Trainer's Mail grabbing the Muscle Band, and like I said, even if Chance does get the double Muscle Band, it will not knock us out because of our Assault Vest attached to Manectric EX, which is good for us. Alright, let's see what Chance decides to do. He has an option. If he does attack, he either can use the first or second attack. Here we see an Ultra Ball, discarding a Muscle Band and an Assault Vest. And let's see what he gets here. Another Entei. Alright, so he has 3 Enteis down turn 2. One with the DC and one with the DC and a Fire Energy. We see a Shaman drawn up to 6. And he does have those Scorched Earths. I think he has 3 Scorched Earths in his hand, which is pretty crazy. And we'll see the second attack, Flipping Head, so no damage to itself. And it will do, I think it's like 90 damage or something. Super Scoop Up Tails. We will then retreat the Manectric into Zubat and just pass. So that's never good. I mean, we just had to retreat a Manectric because he could just knock us out next turn. And let's see what Chance does. We see a Blacksmith going onto the bench Entei. And he'll probably just use the second attack and knock out the Zubats. And looks like he flipped another Heads. Oh no, he flipped Tails. So he will do 30 damage to himself. We see a Love Ball grabbing a Zubat. And still no supporters from us. We really haven't done anything, which is always sad. So let's see a Zubat come down. It's just a pass on the Chance turn. We see a Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. And he grabs a Muscle Band. Now, if Chance wants to, he could double Muscle Band this turn to knock out the active Manectric EX. There's 1 Muscle Band. There's another Muscle Band, I think, or Assault Vest. I couldn't tell. I imagine it might be a Muscle Band. Oh, no. Okay, nope. Just going to use the first attack. It does 50 with the Muscle Band. And that other card must be an Assault Vest. We see Shaman finally coming down to draw 6 cards. But, I mean, right now the Manectric has 50 damage on it. And then Entei has an Assault Vest and minus 20 damage from the flame screen. I think it's 20, maybe 30. We see a Sycamore, and I know it's hard to tell, but that's a Shaman, 3 VS Seekers, and a Crobat. So we're in a bad situation right now. Trainer's Mail, grabbing the Ultra Ball. Now we do have a 3rd Shaman somewhere in the deck. In the deck list, I did play 3 Shamans, so let's see if I go for that. Go back coming down, put 20 onto the active. Okay. Ultra Ball, discarding an Ultra Ball, and a Giovanni Scheme. Okay, no we don't, never mind. Okay, an Ultra Ball, discarding a Crobat, and an Ultra Ball. Decided to keep the Giovanni Scheme because, like I said, we just did discard 3 VS Seekers, so the capability of us using the Burst Seekers are fairly unlikely. We see a Manectric with Assault Vest, Shaman drawn up to 6. See a Super Scoop Up, and Tails once again. And I'm just checking out Entei one more time to see what it does. See a Lightning Energy go down Manectric EX, and just a pass on a Chance's turn. Now Chance can take a knockout, and he can go down 2 prize cards. If he decides to be aggressive here, which I wouldn't see why you wouldn't be. Going for the knockout right now is probably the best play. Okay, and yeah, we're going to see a knockout. Heads does not do any damage to himself. On to our turn. And let's see what happens. We see a Super Rod getting back in 2 Crobats and a Lightning Energy. Alright. Now, if we do have a Lightning Energy, we can knock out Entei this turn. Let's see if we get the other Lightning Energy or not. That's the big question. Okay, we see a Sycamore discarding our hand, draw 7 new cards, and I do see the Lightning Energy come into our hand, which is great. We see a Zubat come down, Crobat going down to the bench. Entei, we see a Manectric come up, and we'll see a Assault Laser take it to the first knockout, going down to 5 prize cards, and on a Chance's turn. He does have 3 prize cards left, so he's in a dramatically better position than us. We see a Professor Laser just getting 2 Fire Energies, of course. But now Assault Laser only does 60 because it does not have any tools attached to it, so it can only do 110. We'll need a Golbat to come down. I think it has 130. We've seen Ultra Ball discarding double Fire Energies, maybe grabbing another Shaman, and let's see what he gets. Okay, another Charizard. That could be good. Use a Combustion Blast to knock out some Manectrics, and let's see what he decides to do. Looks like he's trying to contemplate. Oh, he's going to use Lysander. First Seeker for Lysander. Bring up the Hurt Manectric EX, and now we're in trouble. He's going to use second attack, knock us out. We see a Fire Energy, a Muscle Band, and yeah, we'll see a knockout. Heads once again, and we'll sit at the Crobats, and now we're in a bad situation. We really can't do anything, and this Charizard just staring at us, saying, you know, I'm going to do a Combustion Blast for 170. All that Charizard needs next turn is a Fire Energy and a DCE, and it can knock us out, or knock me out. We see a Muscle Man going out to the active. We see a Sycamore discarding hand, draw 7 new cards. We're looking for a Golbat, I imagine. We see a Love Ball getting Golbat, put 20 onto the active. And let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we see an Ultra Ball discarding a Flash and a Silent Lab. I really don't need a Silent Lab. I think all the Shamans are in play already, if they are anymore. We see a Zubat coming down. Alright. And we're actually going to see a Super Scoop up here, picking up heads, picking up the Golbat. And the reason why I did this is if he has a Lysander or DC, he could slash a Golbat. But let's see what Chance has. They have a Fire Energy and a Blacksmith this turn. We see a Scorched Earth. So Scorched Earth, and like I said, he does have a Fire Energy. And Fire Energy, okay, draw 2 cards. Get Acrobike, discarding a Verse Seeker. Alright. We see a Verse Seeker. Imagine grabbing a Blacksmith, put 2 Fire Energies on the active. The big question is, does he have another Fire Energy or not in his hand? Let's see what happens. And does he have the Fire Energy or not? We see an Ultra Ball discarding, I'm not sure what he discarded. But another Shaman, so there is another Shaman to play. But regardless, he did have a Scorched Earth in his hand. And all he needs right now is another energy, a Fire Energy or a DCE will do it. He can use Combustion Blast for 170. Oh, no, actually, he needs a Fire Energy, actually. We see a Trainer's Mail. Grabbing the Acrobike, okay. If he gets the DCE, Assault Vest will actually protect us. So that's something crucial to note here. Okay. Let's see. But either way, if he Combustion Blast us, all he has to do next turn is use a Slash to actually knock us out. We see a Blacksmith going in there. We see a DC going into the active. And this actually won't knock us out. It'll leave us at 130 HP. But we really have no way to knock out this Charizard. I mean, we get Assault Laser. It does 120. Maybe Lysander up a Shaman to kind of stall. Or Lysander up the other Charizard. The question is, do we have the 4th Verse Seeker? I'm not even sure if we played it or not. If we have another Verse Seeker, we could Lysander up the Charizard and hope he doesn't have a way to retreat it. Alright, let's see what we do. We see a Trainer's Mill. Look at the top 4 cards of our deck. And we don't grab anything. Alright. Let's see what happens. We see a Lightning going to Crobats. We see a Zubat come down. Judge going to put both players at 4 cards. And what I might end up doing is retreating the Manectric into a Crobat and skill diving. That way, you know, Charizard can't use Combustion Blast twice in a row. So we'll see both players get 4 cards. We're going to retreat the Manectric into Crobat, and we'll skill dive 50 onto the active. Alright, let's see what Chance has. Does he have a Lysander? We see an Acrobike discarding an Entei. We see an Acrobike discarding a Scorched Earth. We see a Trainer's Mill. And it looks like he grabbed a Verse Seeker, and he will grab the Lysander. He'll Lysander up the Manectric, and he will slash. It does, let's see, 140. I think it does 30 damage, which is a knockout. It does 60 base, or maybe 80 base. I forget how much it is. It might be 40 with Muscle Band for 20, which is 60, then minus 40, which is 30. No, that's not right. What, 20? Right? I'm not sure. How much does Slash do? I think it does 60, though. I'm pretty sure Charizard EX Slash does 60, and that's why he knocked us out, because 60, then plus 20, 80, then minus 40, 40, which plus the 130 is a knockout. I remember at the time, I probably knew exactly. I'm trying to look up Charizard EX real quick. Combustion Blast. But I mean, this game, what needs to happen is we need to play some supporter cards earlier. We start Manectric EX, and Wing Attack does do 60. Sorry, I was saying Slash, but it definitely is Wing Attack. Alright, so we get the Manectric, we get a Trainer's Mill, grabbing the Ultra Ball, which is great. We do have the chance to use a Shaman turn 1, unlike last game. We see an Ultra Ball discarding double Flash Energies. Ooh, that's never good. Grabbing a Shaman EX. Alright. We see a Shaman drawn up to 6 cards. We see a Manectric come down, Super Scoop Up, Tails, Super Scoop Up, Tails. Judge going to put both players at 4. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't attach to Flash Energy. Well, that's because he does play Assault Vest. I think that was the reason why behind it, because if we Assault Vest, Assault Laser does like, 20 damage? We see, but there's the Lightning Energy regardless. We see a Low Ball getting a Zubat, so we do have a really, really good turn 1 as of right now. We see a Silent Lab as well. Alright, so let's see. Can we stop Chance? Well, there's a Scorched Earth, getting a Silent Lab. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Fire Energy and Assault Vest, getting out the Shaman. Well, we tried to stop him. We judged him. We got a Silent Lab down, and we still didn't stop him. So we see a Shaman EX coming down. And I imagine with this, he's going to Shaman drop to 6 cards. Alright, looks like it's going to be 5. And there's a Fire Energy he could use to Scorched Earth. Yep. Fire Energy for Scorched Earth. Drawing 2 more cards. We see a Blacksmith attaching 2 Fire Energies to the active. We see, oh, there's a Scorched Earth. I think the first card was an Acrobike, maybe? I think that's what it was. See another Entei come down. And we'll just see the first deck for 30. We see a Headringer going down to Shaman. No, it's not. Never mind. We're going to retreat to Zubat and pass. Alright, and on to Chance's turn. It looks like we have a repeat of last game. We see a Scorched Earth drawing 2 cards. An Acrobike. And let's see what he decides to discard. Discards a Blacksmith. Okay. And I think he has another Blacksmith in his hand, and that's why he discarded the other Blacksmith. I think. I could be wrong. Trainer's Mill. Let's see what he gets off the 4. I'm not sure what card that was. I think it was some kind of tool. Maybe. I'm not 100% confirmed. Well, let's see what happens. He does have a Fire Energy in hand. He does have the Blacksmith, like I said. So we see a Blacksmith going to put 2 Fire Energies on the active. Now this means that Assault Vest doesn't matter anymore. So Entei can just take 1-shots now, which is pretty scary. And let's see what he does. We see I'm not sure which one in there. I think Assault Vest maybe. And we'll see the first tag for 30. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a Headringer or something else to get out Shebe. And it looks like we have 0 cards in our hand. So we're going to Shaman, drop to 6, Super Scoop Up, Tails. Alright. See a Lightning go to Manectric, a Golbat, put 20 on the active. We will send in this Manectric, and we'll overrun. I think in the grand scheme of things, we should have what is it? Just kept the Manectric EX on the bench. I'm not 100% sure, but we see another Shaman EX come down, drawing up to 6. And okay, we'll overrun, doing 20 to the active, or actually nothing to the active and 20 to the bench. Entei, he did use the first attack. We see a muscle band come down, another muscle band come down. So that's Entei's gonna do 170 over and over again. And the scary thing about this is since he double muscle band the Entei, and he's gonna keep using the second attack, he can just one shot our Entei's or Manectric EXs over and over again. Alright, and let's see what he does here. And you're actually going to see me scoop the game saying, you know, there's no other way I can win this now. You have an Entei going. And you did see that he did have a Lysander in hand. He hasn't played a Lysander yet, or even a Verse Seeker if I remember correctly. So Chance was going to win that game. And I was like, alright, Chance, you got this. There's nothing really I can do. We can never really knock out those Enteis unless you flipped like a bunch of tails. So there we go. We could see the game very quickly. Game 2. I must have had a bad hand as well and just knew that I was going to lose. But there we go. Chance does become the first, or not the first, the Murfeesboro City Championship. This is the first weekend of the Tennessee Marathon. I meant to say that he was the first winner of the Tennessee Marathon, playing the Entei Charizard deck. And don't worry, if you want the list, it's actually the list from Team Fish Knuckles. If you just search Entei Charizard on Team Fish Knuckles, you can actually see it. And you can see why the deck is so strong. Even though you have Assault Vest to counter the Manectric EXs, if you double Blacksmith onto an Entei, there's really nothing that Manectric can't do. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can see the power of Entei and why it's such a great deck. But thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. And I hopefully enjoyed the first day of the Tennessee Marathon. Tomorrow is Madison, Tennessee, and we'll see what happens there. But I hope you have a great day. Alrighty, bye.